A very good morning. GST, simplifying tax and amplifying progress. The introduction of GST was intended to create a more efficient and transparent tax system, reduce tax evasion, and promote economic development, which has been successfully done in our country with the participation of central and the state authorities. It is a positive step towards modernizing and rationalizing the tax. GST Council is the constitutional body that makes the recommendation to the Union and the states on various aspects related to tax, like the tax rates, exemptions, procedures, etc., which includes representatives from both central and the state government. The GST Council continues to meet regularly to address challenges and make necessary reforms. Discussions have been taken place on a regular basis about the further simplification of the tax rates and the possible single tax rates for some items. First, we will be discussing simplifying the taxes, the key benefits brought about by GST in India. One nation, one market, one tax. This was the most important reform in the indirect tax, which has given the country one nation, one market, one tax. Means GST is uniform throughout the country. Same rates are applicable for each and every item, whether you take in Kanyakumari or Kashmir. The GST rate is the same. So there is no cascading effect, and wherever you purchase the item, it will be more or less the same price. The other is a uniform procedure. The procedures are uniform whether you file your returns in Tamil Nadu or file your return in Jammu and Kashmir. The returns are similar, like the GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, and similar things, similar process and everything. So you need not be dependent on consultant of that particular place to understand and fulfill your legal compliances. Next one is input tax credit. Whenever you purchase any item for the business, you are eligible to take input tax credit. You are eligible to take credit for all the items which are being procured for running of the business with few exemptions. For example, if a manufacturer purchases the raw material and pays GST on them, they can claim ITC when selling their finished products, resulting in lower taxes. Simplified rate structure. GST has four primary rate structure, that is the 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%, apart from nil rates. For example, under the previous tax regime, a manufacturer would pay various taxes such as excise duty, VAT, entry tax, and central sales tax on the production and sale of goods. With GST, this are replaced by single tax, making it easier to calculate and remit taxes. Streamlined supply chain. When there is a uniform tax across the country, the supply chain is getting streamlined, and the logistic cost is reducing as the movement of trucks between the states is happening seamlessly without much problem, as the compliance are similar in every state. Simplified compliances. GST introduced a common online platform known as GST platform. through a single agency named the Goods and Service Tax Network for tax compliance and filing. This reduced the need for businesses to deal with multiple tax compliances with the different tax authorities and a lot of paperwork. Now, all the GST related tax like the registration, filing of returns, and payment of taxes can be completed online with the help of GSN. As the tax compliances improves, government revenue increases, enabling more public spending on infrastructure and social welfare problems. Reduction in tax evasion. With GSC, we have seen there is a reduction in tax evasion as everything is online and everything is interconnected so that escaping the payment of tax is reduced to a large extent, whereas in earlier systems there were different taxes like the excise service tax, VAT, etc., which were not integrated. But with GST all the taxes have been integrated, whether it's CGST, HGST, IGST, all are in one portal and at one place so that it is very difficult to avoid taxes. Mm, Digitalization of tax collection and compliance process. Then the next is benefit for the economy. What are the benefits for the economy? Boost to organized sector. It's given a complete boost to the organized sector and it has reduced unorganized sector to a large extent as organized sectors are getting benefit of input tax rate and so on, so that unorganized sectors, unregistered sellers are getting registered in GST and taking the benefit. Reduction in black money as most of the transactions are online and digitalized. There is a reduction in black money as we can track each and every transaction which is happening in the system. Increase in foreign investment. The introduction of GST has made India's tax system more attractive to foreign investors. A simplified tax structure and improved ease of doing business is boosting foreign direct investments. The foreign direct investment trends have shown positive growth with foreign investors taking increase interest in various sectors, including manufacturing, infrastructure, and technology. Price stability GST has helped reduce the price variation across the region. The removal of cascading taxes and uniform tax rates on goods and services contributes to the price stability, which benefits consumers. Market expansion. The establishment of single national market has enabled business to reach broader customer base across the state boundaries, leading to market expansion and increased economic activity. The economic integration brought by GST has enhanced economic cooperation among the states and region. E-commerce growth. The introduction of GST has provided a level playing field for e-commerce platforms and traditional retailers. E-commerce businesses now collects and emit GST just like the paper physical stores. This fair competition benefits consumers and fosters the growth of e-commerce in India. According to the industry reports, e-commerce platforms have reported increased sale and a broader customer base due to a more transparent and easier tax compliance. Favorable for startups, GST provides uniform, clear, and specific tax structure across the boundaries of the state for startups and ease the process of registering and filing tax returns. Reports suggest that uniform and simplified tax structure and ease of registration under GST has been advantages for the startups. The number of startups in India has been on rise with many benefiting from reduced tax compliance complexities. They no longer have to worry about the different tax compliances and structure. Better record keeping. GSC has helped businesses to improve their record keeping and be more transparent and accountable. For example, a medium sized retailer can maintain its sales and purchase records electronically, which not only verifies its compliances but also provides a better insight into the business operation, allowing for more informed decisions and growth strategies. Even free of cost software are made available by the government through GSN to small and medium sized retailers. This indirect benefits of GST collectively contributes to more transparent, efficient, and growth oriented economy. Benefits for the export sectors. Zero rating exports under the GST systems, exports are treated as zero rated supply. This means that the GST rates on export of goods and services is set at 0%, effectively exempting them from GST. This zero rating ensures that no tax is payable on the export of goods or services, making Indian products and services more competitive in international market. Refund of ITC. Exporters can claim refund on GST paid on input services, and capital goods used in the production and export of goods or services, even on the goods or services which are not taxable under GST. This provision ensures that the business do not face a financial burden due to GST, making it easier for them to price their products competitively in the global market. Simplified compliance. The GST framework simplifies compliances requirement for the exporters. All GST related process, including registration, filing, and claiming refund, can be completed online through GSN portal. The digital nature of GST compliance and record keeping adds transparency and accountability to export related transactions. This transparency can be attractive to the international buyers who seek reliable and traceable supply chain. Enhance export competitiveness. Enhances export competitiveness. Amplifying progress. Growing taxpayers. Growing taxpayers. The GSC represents people centric reforms with taxpayers and consumers at its core. Various administrative and policy measures have led to the improved compliance among the taxpayers. The success of this effort is evident in significant increase in the total number of registered taxpayers within a short 6 months 6 years period since the introduction of GST in 2017. Growing GST revenue. Now you should understand how much GST revenue has increased year on year or month on year. The GST revenue has stretched 1.62 crores, out of which CGST is 29,000 crores, HGST is 37,000 crores, IGST is 83,000 crores. This is a very much developed, as we can see growing India in this GST remittance. GST returns trend. GST returns trend. The GST law prescribes the returns and forms, and broadly every taxpayer is required to upload their sales statement in form GSTR1, based on which a monthly return in the form GSTR3B is also required to be filed, containing the details of outward supplies, details of inward tax credit availed on the input services, and or and the tax payment. To enhance the taxpayers' experience in the return filing, various technological and procedural initiatives have been taken during the last 6 years. Return filing percentage for both GSTR 1 and 3B is now more than 90%, which earlier used to be much less. It may also be seen that a good number of taxpayers are filing their returns even after last date of filing. 93.2% of the statement of invoice in GSR 1 and 91.4% of returns in GSR 3B of February were filed till March 2023 as compared to 83% and 84% respectively in the same month last year. Growing e-invoices. Growing e-invoices. E-invoice is rapidly expanding technology which helps taxpayers in the backward integration and automation of tax related progress. It also helps tax authorities in combating the menace of tax evasion. This helps in seamless flow of credit and invoice matching as envisaged in the GST regime. Further, it helps in real-time updation of data on GSTN system and thereby drastically reduces the time taken in filing the returns. The number of e-commerce e-invoice generated per month has progressively increased from 595 lakhs in October 2020 to all-time high of 1260 lakhs in April 22. Around 42 lakhs e-invoice were generated per day on the portal in the month of April 2022. Increasing e-way bills, increasing e-way bills Economic growth India added a total of 120,000 companies and LLP between April and September 2023, making an 11.4% increase from previous year when the figures stood at 108,583 according to the data from the government. Now, ICAI Knowledge Partner in GST Journey. ICAI has played a very vital role in ensuring the success of GST. It has conducted various education and training sections, advisory services, representation and advocacy, capacity building for government, research and publications, seminars and workshops, ethical and professional standards. With this, we can say that India is growing and with GST is a boon for the country as it is uniform across the country and we need not be worried to. Thank you very much and all the best.